Okay. Previously, in the GodBreaking, you guys were making your way along the Way of Bones, this long pathway that connects the major cities of the sulfurous wastes. And having arrived at Baal Safir, the capital of the sulfurous wastes, the first layer of hell, you enter the city, not necessarily knowing what to expect along the way. It was a massive city, and part of it erupted in flames, caught up in pure chaos, which is very odd for hell. That might be a scene you expected from a layer of the abyss or something like that, because the abyss is typified by chaos, and hell is typified by brutal order. But when you arrived at Baal Safir, you were welcomed by this scene to see the whole inner part of the city engulfed in flames. And as you guys drew closer, you saw a number of massive creatures just wreaking havoc, like running amok, destroying and terrorizing and tearing things apart, feeding at will upon smaller creatures. They were where are my pictures at? Oh, they're on NPCs. They looked like something you had seen before once, something that you had encountered once a long time ago on the earthly plane. They looked like this, but much larger and more fearsome than what you had encountered previously. Anyway, thanks to the surprisingly adept intervention of your small lemur companion, Blimlick, you guys were able to navigate the streets of Baal Safir with surprising efficiency, avoiding larger conflicts, escaping detection by parties or entities that might seek to bring you down. And he even knew a back way into the keep in the center of Baal Safir, and there bring you up through back channels and staircases and whatnot. He led you to the throne room, the central point of the keep, where as you entered, expecting to encounter Baron Vimrick, you're instead met by a strange individual. This person, sitting quietly in the center of this massive throne room. The room itself scarred by evidence of warfare and battle. This person was the lone survivor, the lone being occupying the room. The room itself was sealed off. Looks like it had not been traveled or interacted with for months. After talking to this person, you find out that he was indeed human, a human wizard who had been in hell for 200 years and had been on a path of vengeance, seeking ways to destroy the demon who had ruined his earthly life and killed his master. After slaying this demon, who you discovered was the Baron Vimrick himself, this human, having accomplished his goal, was purposeless. After having been focused completely on this one task for over 200 years, he suddenly found himself without a goal, without a reason to continue, or without a quest to chase after. But in that time, in the quiet after the battle, he received a vision from a lady who was very similar to the one he worshipped, but different entirely, in a sense. He described this vision to you, and you guys recognized her instantly. The Lady Akelia, now the harbinger of magic itself, bearing the reins of the weave and holding together the portfolio of the slain goddess Mistress, had come to aid us in a vision, and told him that he would find new purpose if he just waited here. and that purpose would come to him. So wait he did for 6 months, until you guys entered the room. After a short, tense discussion, um, you decided to ally yourselves together and make your way out back into the sulfurous wastes to disrupt the Crimson Dance, which is the rite that the barons were going to enact in order to seize power over the whole first layer of hell. Along the way, you encountered a Baelor, pissed him off pretty bad, and he came after you and chased down the caravan that you were riding on. And unable to stop him, you guys were pretty desperate until Pippin, diving into Blimlick's mind, um, realized that Blimlick was not who he thought he was, a lowly lemure. That he had a much darker, much more ominous subconscious power within him, and it was only made evident when he made contact with the Volto mask that Adis wore. And in that instant, he summoned the massive, distorted silver dragon that was the vanguard, the trusted companion of Baron Vimrick, and this massive creature destroyed the multiple Baelors that were chasing you in one swoop. And that's where we left off. Was there anything that I missed or that you guys wanted to fill in? Yeah, you missed a lot.
Oh, you left out the teleport party out of the city, and it's getting run over by horses.
Oh,
That's
right,
normal. That's normal. You
That
get
was
used to
some
that.
funny shit. I hope that shit happens more often.
Oh,
Teleport parties are fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we could chain teleport halfway across the continent.
Between you and Pepin or Elwyn, yeah, for sure. So Albrecht, this guy is this character Adis is a human wizard, very powerful, ancient, and also twisted and darkened through his stay here in hell, where you guys have been having your souls seeped away from you because of your extended stay. He's been here for 200 years. And through magics, he's been able to change himself and darken himself to resist some of the effects of hell, but also he's kind of a husk of himself as a result.
Just for note-taking purposes.
Yep.
When we first met him, is he still a ball? I know I polymorphed him into one, but
No, he polymorphed him into a ball. You tried to grab him.
okay.
When you cast polymorph, you're like physically crunching him into a ball, right?
Yeah, it's magic.
No, that never actually happened.
I'm glad there's a new party member. That's great. So, do we still have a plan of how to actually save Elwyn's soul at this point?
Well, we know that like those guys still have them. Limlick, he might be kind of helping us a bit just to fight back against these dudes. And I think that might be. We don't know.
Do we know
Oh yeah,
who
we've got
has
this
his
giant
soul?
dragon now. Yeah.
Do we know who has his soul?
The Dukes of Hell of like the first level, the ones that are trying to overthrow.
Name was
technically
Kister.
Yeah, but do we know which
just
specific
one of
one
them.
has him?
Yeah, I think she has it right.
You guys should know.
It's Ugly Hag. Yeah, Ugly Hag lady.
The Torn Morrow.
Yeah, Tornmorrow.
This is her.
Mhm.
Name was Kiss that.
I think I licked it actually.
Yeah, licked
Do
your
they know
face.
how? Do
Yes.
you all know how? Do I know her?
Yeah, in your travels of hell, you would have become familiar with who the barons of each of the cities are. So
Would I know if? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
let me just kind of rehash it so you guys remember. Of this, the baron of the city Dagon is Baron Avernus, and his assistant is Mistress Ambrosia. The baron of Epheus is Baron Silithus, and the Lord of Dis is Baron Despater. The Lord of Erebus is the Torn Morrow, and the Lord of Limbo is Baron Lorbwig.
I just noticed this lady has Tabasco sauce in hell.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
All right.
Yeah. So this.
Would I know if she's considered a planar ruler here?
A planar ruler. In a sense, yeah, she's a great power here in house. So no, having been here for a while, Adis, you know a few things. You know that the Stygian masks that each Baron wears gives them incredible breadth of power.
Okay.
Enough to make them almost uncontestable in authority and in sheer might, especially within their own realm, within their own city. Yeah.
Would I know if she has the power to prevent a gate portal from opening in her vicinity?
You would not know that, but you know that that
Okay.
the Torn Morrow specifically is an incredibly powerful magical individual, whereas Lord
Okay.
Wig is one more of size and brute force. Despater is one of deadly strikes and precision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bargain it is.
All right.
Yeah. What are our status effects as of right now again? Just so I can remind myself how terrible I suck in hell.
You
We're all
mumble
beat to-
occasionally, and you guys are occasionally. I said screw the status effects. I started giving you guys exhaustion because it's too hard to keep track of the other shit.
We just got exhaustion.
Too.
And I had mentioned to y'all that I can help with that as well.
Yeah. It'd be nice, actually.
All right, so you guys are pretty beat up because you've been fighting a Baylor. The other ones are the
Three of
three
them.
of you guys are. Albrecht was like picking his nose the whole time.
Actually,
I
wasn't it
probably-
4 Baylors total altogether that we ran into?
Three. One of them you fought twice.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you guys are currently traveling along the Way of Bones, and right here, heading towards Dis. You have slain, or you're leaving the wreckage of the Baylor's corpses behind you, with Blightwing hunched over them, tearing into their carcasses. And Adis, you were not able to sway Blightwing at all. In fact, as you approached it, you gathered that its primal feeding frenzy was not something you really wanted to mess with.
Yeah, don't fuck with the dragon and his mail.
So, how big is this dragon? Are we talking
It was a Dragon Lordish size ish.
Comparable.
Almost.
comparable to the Dragon Lord?
Is the size of the person in the picture pretty accurate to the size of this thing?
To scale, let me see
Yeah.
here. Let me see how big that was.
Or maybe smaller?
Yeah, so that person in the picture there is probably about 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
You're shorter than that person in the picture.
Yeah, for sure.
Do we know how Blimlick summoned this guy and if he can do it at will?
He touched the
so-
mask.
Yeah, you're the only one who knows, right?
Yeah, he
No,
touched the mask.
Pepin was the one who knows.
Oh, Pepin does. Okay.
I am so sorry. I had a double one, and they were in Spanish, so I get paid double. So
Oh, hell
I made
yeah.
$100 in those like
Ooh.
30 minutes.
You
Hell
get paid
yeah.
double for Spanish? The
Yeah.
hell?
Yeah, so I made $100 in those 30 minutes.
Sign
yeah,
up
baby.
for insurance?
Yep.
Wow. Is it life insurance?
Yeah.
Dude, if I sign up with you for life insurance, but I said I'm Spanish speaking, would you give me a cut?
Oh, I'm not the producer. I do the interviews.
I know.
Like I'm
I
not
know,
an
but I could-
agent.
oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
but I could check the box that I'm Spanish speaking,
Yeah, for sure.
and you give me a cut.
Pepin had told us about Grimlick because remember I almost fireballed him in the face.
Yeah. So Pepin, Albrecht just asked what was up with Blimlick. Why was he able to summon Blightwing? And you're the one who knows.
I remember that. Well, it was like in the middle of battle where I kind of described it, where I said that he had turned into this magnificent golden antlered demon with golden eyes or something. However he looked, I described him. But we were in the middle of battle, and I don't know what that means. Like, ask Pepin. but
Okay.
I would describe what I saw.
All right, so this is what you saw when you reached deep into the subconscious of Blimlick's mind. This being in the darkness of Blimlick's subconscious. All right. And as you describe this golden antlered, massive life force, Adis, you recognize it instantly as the foe that you had slain, Baron Vimrick himself.
Yep.
Okay.
Lick is the leftover remnants of.
Yeah, I'm thinking of kind of like it's an egg for him.
Yeah.
Because I know when when devils get demoted, devils can get demoted, but I didn't know that happened when they were slain, or that could have happened when they were slain.
It's one of their backups
Hmm.
to not dying. Unfortunately, this entity thwarted my attempts to erase him from existence.
Now, from like our knowledge and stuff like that, would we be able to put this guy like comparable to like a lesser god or something like that? Like just power wise?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, he's the lord of the first layer of hell.
oh, okay, so he's a pretty fucking strong.
And to put it
Yeah.
in perspective, the only reason I was able to kill the dude was because I had a shred of divinity.
Ah, okay. Okay. So you got god power to pretty much take down on. Okay,
I used a spell I created,
nice.
which basically took all the pissed off emotions of all of Mistress' followers at her dying and threw them in his face.
Oh,
Yeah, and that's
Okay,
while
yeah,
he
that
was
might be a little
distracted and
bit.
while he was fighting with another very powerful devil and a whole host of minions.
okay,
I made a deal with the devil to give him the mask if he helps me kill him.
okay, that's legit.
When I leave hell. I have like the equivalent of a permanent soul, or what is it, planar anchor on me, so I can't leave hell.
Oh, okay, we'll figure that out.
All right.
Now,
What do
have
you
we
guys want to do?
talked about that we're not going to do anything bad to Blimlick, right?
Yeah, we hashed
Yeah.
that out because remember I almost fireballed him in the face, and then I made him
Okay.
sign the contract that he
Also
would never
remember-
try to-
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And
You
he
guys-
is
you guys are pretty-
worshipped for 3 days.
3 days. Yeah, you purchased 3 days of his time. 3 days of his undying affection.
Undying affection for your god.
We
Yeah.
love you long time.
For the right
Uh,
price. For the right price, we love you a long
Hey,
time.
hey! Second convert. Don't ruin this for me.
I have a question,
but-
DM.
Alright. Yeah, so
since I've
you
been-
guys have gathered that Blimlick is not really aware of what's inside him, of who he really is. He just gets inklings of what, just like intuitions of something he could do or might be able to help with or something like that.
He could be useful.
So, okay, just to recap. So our original plan was to go into the throne room, tell the original Baron about the plan for him to take over, and hope he helps us and gives us Ellen's soul back.
Mhm.
That plan's out the door.
Thanks,
Now,
new guy.
So, Blimlick,
okay,
you know we're buddies, right?
Okay. One second. Where's his picture? Okay. Yes, Blimlick friend. Blimlick paid well. Blimlick more than friend if like.
Oh no, I'm good. Now, Blimlick, if you ever power up, all those type of things, change a bit, and you totally help us get Elwin's soul back, right?
Who?
Elwin, fire god of the sky, good old buddy. He's a friend of mine and ours.
Shiny soul from Solvent. He friend of
Yeah.
yours.
Yes.
For right
So,
price.
Oh, what's the right price, Blimlick? Can't we just do a high five? We're beyond coins. We're just friends.
Friend?
Friend.
What is friend?
Friend
Let me not
mean
know what friend is.
we help you, you help us. We'll grab some beer sometime, and we talk about
Yes, because we
chicks.
pay coins. We play in blood chips.
No.
You play blood chips. Blimlick friend. Blimlick more than friend.
Blimlick, we're gonna work on this. And then throughout this travel, I'm going to pull out this book of friends and colors and stuff. Let
Okay.
me check.
Have we figured out where they would do the ritual, the dance or whatever?
Erebus,
Erebus, I
city of
believe.
Erebus.
Let's fucking go there.
Yeah.
All right.
DM, gold-wise, what's
Yes.
the conversion for the blood shards or whatever to gold?
There really is none. You kind of had to go through a money changer and haggle for magical items that the money changer would think was appropriately valuable in this lair.
And lick her face.
Well, what I mean, I guess a better way, what would be just a quick speculation of how many blood shards you could get for 25,000 gold?
Not many. The gold
Okay.
itself has little value down here.
Okay, cool.
Like you get a few hundred blood chips.
Okay, no, then
Hey, now-
that's not the way I want to use that.
DM, quick question.
Wait, so Deimos, could we just pay Blimlick the rest of our blood chips to get Elwin's soul back?
I don't think it works like that, but he said that we can keep re-upping his contract for him to be a good boy.
Contract
And
with
it was
him.
like,
I think
He
it's like
basically
a-
doesn't kill us.
given
yeah,
his
he like
stature,
worships
if you
Tempest,
did
all that cool stuff.
Given
It's
his
like 100
stature-
blood chips every 3 days.
Given his stature, if you did that, he would most likely just get killed and them taken from him.
Yeah. Like right now, he's just Blimlick.
How much
Hmm.
longer is it going to take us to get to Dis?
You're within a half day.
Should we try to take a
Along
rest?
the way, just with arbitrary spells, I would like to blow 25 charges on the staff.
Okay. Just for fun.
Yeah, because it's got a nifty ability that I need the charges gone to be able to use.
Oh, cool.
Casting firework spells and stuff like that.
Yeah, ice storms and
Hey,
invisibility and shit
Hey,
like that.
knock off that racket back there. You trying to attract more fucking attention to my fucking train? Aren't you people troublemakers enough? I swear, we get to this, and you guys are getting off my fucking caravan and never coming on again. I'm going to like another city. You and Q can go back and forth from Balls of Fear all you fucking want, and I'm never doing that route again. Mortal
For my
assholes.
last spell, I cast Mage Hand with the staff and fuck with his hair.
I'm gonna tell him. Well, you're in luck, Mr. Driver, because
Well-
we're going to Erebus next, and you're gonna take us there.
Mm-hmm.
What you mean? I ain't going no shit. I kinda was intending to go to Erebus. Fuck. Well, the price is too high. You can't afford I am full for that trip. My train is fully booked. I'm sorry, there's no room.
How would you like a promotion?
Promotion.
Yeah,
Go on.
every demon wants to be a better demon.
Go on. I'm listening.
Yeah. I would know the equivalent of the next couple up ranks of demons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell him I could turn him into one of those.
Yeah.
If he
How's
wanted
a
for a
mortal,
trip to Erebus.
a slimy mortal like you, going about promoting me?
I just show him the mask and ask him if he really doubts my power.
Oh, fuck titties. That's you holding that the mask of Baron Vimrick himself. Well, I doubt you could use it, but you might have some influence.
Oh, I don't need the mask to promote you.
Oh,
If I was powerful enough on my own to take it, you think it would be a hard test for me to promote you?
True. This is kind of funny. A devil striking a deal with a mortal. Normally it's the other way around.
So, a ride to Erebus, you get a promotion.
And we'll provide free protection services.
That too.
Yeah, and shit is weird in the world. Can you believe that someone somewhere in some universe, some guy Trump is president?
Oh,
Huge. They're huge.
huge. Well,
I put the
Huge.
mask away.
I tell you what, I will transport you to Erebus. You guys no more fucking trouble in my train, and if anything happens, you know you gotta do your magic shit and fight it off. I'll take you there, and I'm gonna be looking for that promotion.
Deal.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Oh,
I assume
shit.
it'll take more than a day to get there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You guys are a
'Cause
good
I'm,
3 or 4
I'm gonna
days.
need a 9th level spell to pull this deal off.
Yeah, you guys are good 3 or 4 days out.
Okay, cool. Then we should have plenty of time.
So what I'm thinking, thinking of the plan is, this might be a completely stupid plan, is up to Adis. We offer the mask to rule the first layer of hell in trade for Elwyn's soul.
I can't.
Let's
Fair
just
enough.
fuck them all up.
You guys already know the deal I made for the mask, because I told you all in the fort.
To go watch that YouTube video then.
I made a deal. I have a friend, a demon or a devil here, who's my friend that helped me kill the demon lord dude. And the deal I made with him is when I leave hell, he gets the mask.
But Blimblick said he was a traitor, and he was a bad devil.
Glenlick's gonna spend an eternity instead of a diamond.
Okay.
Maybe if we put some bitches in there with him, he might like it.
That can be
What?
arranged.
What'd you say about Blimlick?
I'm gonna make you live for. I'm gonna make you live for eternity.
Eternity
bitches.
is many blood chips. Many, many blood chips.
Yes, with many blood chips.
You pay Blimlick. Blimlick give you time.
Already.
Okay, so
What do you guys want to do?
we can fuck this bitch up, can we? Because she's probably gonna have all of her around her.
We gotta get there
Um,
first, and when
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know us, we make plans, and at the end, it's usually Deimos talking and trying.
Yeah. But we got this new guy who looks like he's good at talking.
I may have an idea for dealing with it, with her, because they're
Do
beholden
share,
to the,
please.
they're beholden to the wearer of the mask. I could turn it over a little early.
I'm
and make him
listening.
give us the soul. Because they don't like the guy I killed. He's dead. They have no reason to follow through with their plan anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Devils are lawful, aren't they?
Or, yeah. And so I could give the mask to the guy, or the devil I made the deal with, and he would be the new ruler, and they would be beholden to him.
And then we can help them kill him.
He would be the
In
ruler
exchange.
until. So, you guys know that as soon as they can complete the dance, the Crimson Dance, whichever one of them finishes the ritual becomes the bearer of the mask. So when they finish it, if you, Adis, or your friend or whoever holds it, it would be basically ripped away from them.
But can their right violate demon law?
Yeah, the way that the dance is structured, all five of the Stygian masks, basically override the power of the Volto mask, and one of the five becomes a new bearer.
It's like their
Okay.
vote of no confidence kind of thing. But no, my
No.
question is since I made a legal binding contract,
Mhm.
that would circumvent the ritual. That's what I'm asking.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
they have little respect for your contract.
Your
No,
contract.
that's what I was asking if the contract would prevent it from taking it from me. That's all I wanted to know.
Absolutely not.
Okay, cool. That's what I need to know because I would know that.
Now, do we have any knowledge on what this Crimson Dance is? Like, do they fight each other? They just like sing songs and who bangs on the drum the hardest wins, or?
They destroy souls.
Oh,
Have
okay.
you asked somebody?
Yo,
You have to
Blimlick.
find somebody to talk to.
Blimlick.
Hmm? Yes.
What's a Crimson Dance?
Crimson Dance. Crimson Dance is 5 blood chips extra.
Why don't you just ask Adis? He seems to be just as knowledgeable as Blimlick and not charging us.
Because we need Glimnick's cooperation.
Yeah. I'll give Bloomlick 5 of my
Um,
blood chips for the Bloomlick fund.
Are there any
Okay.
doors on this train?
So he sits you down, and he begins to dance on your lap.
Ah, Bloomlick.
Hmm?
Oh, no.
He's bending over and
What
giving you a good view
Nope.
of demon booty at the moment.
Nope.
Twerk it,
Put him back
twerk
down.
it, twerk it.
All right,
Let me-
actually, I'm gonna
cheering
place him.
on.
I'm gonna place him on top of my backpack. But I'm like, hey, while you're dancing, can you explain what these these guys are gonna do for this Crimson Dance? If you know anything about that.
No, no idea.
Oh, all right. Well, finish. Keep going.
Still still worth the 5 blood chips.
I did.
I grab Pepin and go inside the train to wherever. Well, I'm assuming we have a room, right?
Yes. As you guys are doing that, Deimos,
I'm gonna tell him
you
that
hear-
we
you
have
hear
a
from-
Bloomlick for this.
You hear behind you, Vorka saying, "I swear, someday, you nasty bitch, I'm going to cut your throat and shit in your neck hole and kick you off a cliff for doing this to me.
Why you got a boner then?
It is not a willing boner. It is. Oh, shut up! Shut up! Alright.
When we get to our room, I'm gonna spend a minute, and I'm gonna use the door to our room to cast Mordecai's Magnificent Mansion.
Okay.
And then I will specify that everyone in the party, including Pippin, or not Pippin, but the little demon dude, are allowed to go in and out of it. So only we can see the door. So if anyone else opens it, they'll just see the room.
Mansion.
And that'll be my last 7th level spell.
Now, I just do you know anything? Would he know about anything about this Crimson Rite or Crimson Dance, whatever it is?
Not unless it's ever been performed while I was here.
Oh, okay.
I don't think.
It has not been performed for many hundreds of years. So you cast Mordecai, Magnificent Mansion, and a glowing arcane door forms. And as soon as it forms, you see it zip away off through the walls.
I thought it's supposed the door in the train becomes the portal.
I'm reading that. Conjure an extra-dimensional dwelling in range. You choose where one entrance is located. The entrance shimmers faintly and 5 feet wide, 10 foot tall.
At least I thought that's how it works.
It doesn't say
I
that.
thought that
I think
Oh,
plane travel is restricted, and it is.
he told me the mansion would work.
Oh, okay.
The mansion does
Then
work. You can do it here.
I would
You
know
guys
it
are-
wouldn't work here. That was my misreading because I thought the door itself becomes the portal.
No. You create a door somewhere. You identify a space that is the doorway, and that's a fixed place in space, and the train is moving.
No, that is so true. That wouldn't work. And I would not be stupid enough to do that. Maybe it's a different one that actually takes the place of a door. Never mind. We'll just wait till we
It might be a
stop
different
somewhere.
spell. All right. So you guys hit the city of Dis. Go on.
Just hopes and prayers. I am a lore master. Would you let me roll something with disadvantage and a shitload of penalty to see if I ever read anything or was learned in the ways of this blood dance?
Yeah. Just make a. I mean, you're disadvantaged anyway because of your
Oh
exhaustion.
yeah.
So just go ahead and roll a your history check or your lore check, whichever one is your defining trait.
And can I take a short rest?
Yes, you can. Here, I'll give you a short rest. Actually, I'll give you a long rest because you guys are traveling into the next day. All right. So Pepin, let's see what you're trying to recall. Any information you might have about the Crimson Dance.
Yeah.
Okay. What you know is that all 5 of the barons must be present. That the masks, that once the dance begins, it is non-interruptible. The barons are completely engaged in it, and it's some form of contest between them, where the offering of a multitude of different kinds of energies comes into play. Soul energy being the primary one, but not the only currency that's used in the dance. And basically, they try to overwhelm each other's offerings as they pour energy into the core of the dance. Um, and that, like I said, they're fully engaged, and that is the only time that these barons give up their masks. So, like, but Adis, you know that these Stygian masks allow the barons to be almost uncontestable in power, especially within their own cities, but extremely powerful even outside. But in the moment of their dance, they actually had to remove their masks and place them in a formation, and begin, and they all are basically on an even playing field to contest with each other. The and that sometimes several contestants survive the dance, but it's not uncommon for individuals within the contest to perish during the contest.
Okay. I'll relay that.
All right, so that's between you and Pepin. That's kind of what you know. You guys know. With a 23 history check.
Nice.
Yeah, I will definitely share all the info. Story time, guys. Gather around.
Okay.
Is there an empty cart on this train? So you said it's gonna take 3 days to get there, right?
Once from Dis, 3 days to Erebus. You guys
Okay.
are closing in on your Dis is within sight.
Okay.
Of course, there's no bloody empty carts on my train. What do you think I run at some kind of shit show? I'll make maximum profits.
I don't even respond.
If, say, someone were to steal one of the masks during the ritual, would that be cause for alarm by the?
Stealing, removing a mask. If you could manage to actually remove a mask from the ritual, it would break the ritual. It would end it.
Okay. Remove. They said all 5 barons have to be there. Okay. The one time I wish I had Kildrick back.
All right. Well, you guys arrive at Dis, and you're becoming a little bit accustomed to the times of day here. There really isn't a day and a night. It's all kind of like an ever burning twilight with flickers of flame on the horizon. But there are subtle differences between the different times of day. This would be kind of what would pass for evening in Dis. You arrive there, and I think I still have a picture. And recognize a familiar red city, and you see the iron gates that border the Blood Sea, the Sea of Blood. You make arrangements with Craven to embark on his trip to Erebus the next day. He says, "Oh, I plan to leave bright and early in the morning. After I take on a few more customers and cargo and offload what I have. I got some high profilers rolling with me today. Yeah, I do."
The train car closest to the front.
Mhm.
When everyone's out of it, I'm gonna cast the wish spell from outside of it and wish it full of blood shards
Full of what?
or whatever
Okay.
the blood token currency is.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Wish spells get tricky. You want a lawyer to go
This
over
is
that
Midas.
first? Make your words very carefully.
Yes, very carefully.
Well, what's the name of the currency? Like, it's
Blood
like blood
chips.
shards.
The currents.
Blood chips. I wish for the cart, the interior, to be completely full without doing any damage to the train car or anyone within 1,000-mile perimeter of the train car, any harm, be full of blood chips.
Okay.
I figure it'd
Roll.
be kind of akin to the wishing for like the valuable item kind of thing, depending on
Roll.
how big the.
Let me see here. More than 300 feet in any dimension. Appears in. Okay. I'm reading the wish spell. Here, I'll link it so you
Okay.
guys can see.
That's why I was asking about the gold value of blood shards, like an
Alright.
equivalency.
Alright. First, roll a D100.
I lost my wish spell.
Yeah. It was a good use of a wish spell, though.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was.
Don't
Of all of
regret
my people.
Yeah.
it. You lose it too.
Everybody only gets one wish.
All right. So Adis, it's you know the volatile nature of wish magic, and
Mhm.
after the caravan has parked and it's been unloaded, and your companions even have gone off to find a location to rest for the rest of the evening, with Blimlick kind of guiding them to a trusted locale. You've noticed that Craven is the last person to leave. You hide yourself in the shadows, and he looks around kind of suspiciously, closes up what remaining carts and basically securing his caravan, and he skulks off into the night, looking around. He does not see you. You sit there and you channel your most powerful magic into the core of your being, calling out to the lady that had gifted you with a purpose, like giving you direction. You sense that the magic now, that the source of your power now flows through her, and not the goddess who you had communed with for hundreds of years prior. You sense the unease and the staggered nature that a spell of this magnitude, the power flows through you. You can tell that although she holds the weave together, or she holds the connection between arcana and the weave, the arcana of this plane and the weave together, that it is a functional, a barely functional hold that she has on the weave. It is at the limits of her abilities, and you can feel that in the flow of magic to you. It stutters a little bit, and it is not as you remember it being in that last time you casted a wish spell. You focus all your thoughts and energy, and you concentrate
Would I
your
feel
being
the
into
effect? Would I feel the effect in time to throw the spell?
No.
Okay. Not to avoid something negative happening or not working, but to reduce the strain on the weave.
No.
Okay.
It's triggered. You make,
Okay.
and then you focus your energy. You feel the coalescing of arcane power around you, and you speak your wish into the sulfurous night's sky. And as that happens, you see the darkness and the reddish hue of the air kind of begin to boil, and it begins to thicken, and you see it just draping downward over the cart that you're looking at. It's like the red in the atmosphere and the soil begins to just be sucked in, and all of a sudden, as this is happening, you sense that something has gone wrong. The snap of weave energy has twisted and has gone beyond your ability to control. As this energy lashes out, you hear screams and rage and terror from all around you. As, let's see, you're in
Question:
city of
Can I
Dis.
use a reaction?
Hmm?
Can I use a reaction? Because the spell has been cast.
Sure.
I want to use a reaction to counterspell my own wish.
I'm gonna say that it's past time. The
Okay.
yeah, it's been activated already. A counterspell, kind of you react prior to the person releasing the spell that you're targeting to negate. As you're realizing what's happening, any realization that's happening is occurring after you've spoken the words into the air, and it's already begun to take effect. So you're in this area as you guys have pulled into the city of Dis. The caravan has parked here, and you hear the hellish screams of denizens of the city, as their very own lifeblood is ripped from their bodies. Hundreds, dozens, hundreds of creatures from a good square mile all around you, as um, you know, basically the equivalent of thousands of gallons of blood is ripped out of their bodies, leaving their desiccated husks of corpses behind, and it is all poured into this area in front of you, drenching into the cart, compressing into the cart. And after a few minutes go by, you realize that again the wish spell has begun to drain on you as well. You can
I
feel
actually
some of your-
did. That was actually part of the wish.
What?
That no one within
That
1,000 miles be harmed.
I think you did actually say that, yeah.
Well, the
But it doesn't matter. It's killing
Yeah,
devils, so
yeah.
it's all good.
it's killing,
I was
it's
meaning
killing,
that more than
it's killing
I
all
was
living
meaning-
creatures around you.
I was meaning
killing all
more it
living-
wasn't gonna kill us.
Largest
Yeah,
fireball.
it's killing living creatures around you. You gather that the intent of your spell has protected you and your friends, but lots of other denizens have been basically just exsanguinated, having all the blood drained out of their bodies, and it's been all compressed into this cart in front of you. The toll, however, the backlash of such the chaotic twist in this scars your soul. You feel a searing pain just at the very end, just kind of burn across your heart and your mind. And you look down and you see your hands kind of trembling. And as you realize that as you are, you'll never be able to engage with the weave in that way again.
All right.
And you, at that moment, you look up and you see the windows of the cart brimming full of freshly compressed blood chips.
Do you want me to roll the 2d4?
2d4 for what?
Oh, because
For the
casting
days
a
that he
spell
saw-
drops my strength to 3.
Crap.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
And you take damage if you try to cast the spell, dude, during this time.
So 7 days.
That's
You
okay.
take
Let's see.
1d10 necrotic damage per
Per
level of
the
spell.
Yep.
Each time you cast a spell until you finish a long rest. Well, you can take a long rest tonight.
Yeah.
Um,
But each day you spend resting, doing nothing but light activities, reduces the recovery time by 2 days. So if I don't do any like super shit, it will be fine by the time we get to the city.
Yeah, but if you long rest tonight, you won't be taking necrotic damage every time you cast a spell. You're just super frail, super weak.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what happened.
Do you want to apply that? Because I don't know how to
I think we just
do a
gotta
modifier
shit.
for strength.
Oh, I don't change.
Or do you want me to just set it to 3? Okay. I just need to know
I
what
said
my...
it's 3.
Oh yeah, I can still carry all my stuff. So
Okay, so that's what happens.
sweet.
now, after that, I have a party question.
Joe.
I go
Does
find it.
anyone have a magic item on them that could trap something inside said magic item?
Wait, say that again.
Being iron. Does anyone have a magic item akin to an iron flask?
No.
An iron flask.
wish.
What does that do?
The coolest thing is like a Pokeball.
Except it wouldn't work with my plan because the creature actually has to be non-native to the plane that you're on.
Oh, is that okay? I actually didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay,
so yeah, I want to go shopping before we go to bed and see
think
if I can
Elwyn.
find some.
I think Elwyn does. Oh, is it Kildrak?
It was
Dang.
Killdrack who had the iron flask.
All right.
I do want to go shopping to see if I can find something that is like an iron flask, but that will actually work on a devil in this plane.
What are you trying to accomplish?
To capture one of the barons so that way they can't perform their ceremony.
I can do that.
And hold the baron hostage in exchange for Elwyn's soul.
All I need is
Yeah.
a large diamond.
Yeah, I could probably morph him.
I can imprison him.
Yeah, what shape you want it in?
Diamond to do that?
Just needs to be a large diamond that doesn't have any cracks or chips.
Large diamond in this city that does not have any cracks or chips in it.
Yep.
Midas?
And the
Yep.
polymorph, yes, and the polymorphing him first would make it a whole lot easier because they gain the magical resistance of whatever you turn them into,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and then I can imprison.
I
them.
will go purchase a large diamond.
Okay.
Ooh, cuts or no cracks or chips in it.
Can you get 2?
I will purchase 2
Thank you.
with with the amount of blood chips we have now.
All right. You
The
spend
second one,
you spend some time wandering the streets of Dis, looking for such a location to be able to do that. Along the way, you encounter some fair amount of danger. A couple of large, hulkish-looking devils do confront you, asking about your nature and your purpose here. Their hands clasping onto these massive great swords. How would you handle such a confrontation?
I do not have the mask on.
I would just try to better than them. What are they asking specifically, I guess?
They know you're not from here. I say, you're not from around here. And basically
And
go
I
back to
say-
where you came from.
Can I tell their level of power?
They're larger than you. And they seem pretty big and strong.
Well, I've been here for 200 years. I would know how strong they are.
They-
Potentially.
They put up a decent fight. They you don't think that they're any mortal danger to you guys, but you know that they make a ruckus.
Can they fly?
No.
That won't work. Never mind.
Hey guys, we're just here for fun.
Uh,
Can you get some booze?
I say we have business here that needs to be completed
Yeah, they look
in
like
this plane until we have completed it.
Oh shit, we beat those guys up before.
Well, there's lots of them. These are like the general, the typical soldiers.
Oh, shit.
Stereotypical soldiers here.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna toss one of them a blood chip. Buy yourself a drink.
Persuasion.
I'm a hot chick in hell.
Persuasion with advantage.
I want to say it was so bad that it was good right now. I'm just like, I'm pushing all the wrong areas. Like it's perfect for hell.
Their swords come
This
out,
is a nat 20 for hell.
and
know.
and you hear one of them issue a call out, and across the street you see 3 more of them stepping out from an alleyway.
And as soon
I'd
as he
say,
does that, go ahead.
I was gonna say, on whose authority do you stop us?
On the authority that we belong here, and you shits don't.
I wave.
They're
My
not
hand,
Racist.
I wave my hand through the air and I cast Call Forth Ally and summon my friend standing before him. And I'll take the damage
Okay.
because this is annoying.
If these guys aren't stopping us, if they were officials, I would try to persuade but if they're not stopping us on any official authority, let's show some muscle and.
I point at Albert and was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?
This is gonna hurt.
Look at this guy. He literally is a muscle with facial hair."
Oh, that wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Not, but
Okay, so you're gonna,
I
so
will
you're gonna try
draw
to
my-
summon.
The
but I
demon
would
I have
like
the
to
pact with.
see what happens here.
Okay.
Crap. I'll be back in a little bit.
All right. The um, the air kind of ripples as and it begins to burn with a blackish boiling kind of milky substance, and as you cast this spell forth, it snaps against you, and you feel pain after this most recent encounter that seared you from the weave. But you are able to issue the spell, and stepping through the darkness, you see your companion that you had a pact with. Now, this is a devil, so the nature of your pact is not one necessarily of friendship. Of your relationship is not one of friendship. It's of mutual, mutually beneficial agreement. So he comes out to you. Yeah.
The impression I'm trying to give with it is they think we don't belong here. I'm disabusing them of that notion.
Okay.
Is my intent with this.
Yeah. And stepping out of the inky blackness that you summoned him from is this creature.
Oh.
And he snarls at you. He says,
Adis, you summoned me forth, and you have not yet mastered the power of the mask or gained the ability to grant it to me. What is this for?
And because I'm in now a pretty fucked up state at the moment, I reach into my bag and draw forth a book and hand it to him. Compensation for your time, and I give him a respectful bow that I know is appropriate. And I explain the situation to him and tell him that these pathetic shit stains are impeding my fulfillment of our deal.
okay. Zogdras is a high level demon. He's the equivalent of a general, but in a rebellious kind of faction here in them that seeks its that tries to gather power out from the established city states on this plane. They are known. They are spoken of, but they are generally understood as outcasts. Um, but he does have power to boot. He turns and
yes, it's like-
snarls. What?
Sorry. No, sorry about that.
He turns and snarls at the soldiers around him, and he says,
You know me. You know what I am capable of. I will not stay in this shithole of a city for long, but I swear upon the Red God himself that if you do not scamper back to whatever dark, self-fulfilled hole you came from, I will see your corpses splayed before me before I exit.
at that the creatures looking at this towering, high-ranking devil. They tenderly back away, and they say, "Right." They look at you all and they say, "You don't know what kind of shitstorm you started, but you win for now." And they kind of back off.
And in self-gratification, I mumble to myself, I always win.
All right.
Not
So-
out loud, to myself. And
Can
I
we all
handed
just-
him the Tome of Understanding.
Okay.
Was the
Zogdras
book I gave him.
whips back around to you
That's-
and glares in your face. He says,
Do not presume to summon me again until you can complete your end of the bargain. I am to be the wearer of the volatile mask in full authority.
As you wish, my lord.
and with that, he steps back into the inky cloud that you summoned him from, and vanishes.
can we assume that this guy is like as strong as
And-
like one of the generals from the Red Guard?
And I look like shit right now because casting that spell literally just ripped a quarter of my health.
Deimos, you sensed a great deal of power. You'd guess he's in the ballpark.
Okay, cool. So he's a tough mother trucker.
Yeah.
DM, I have a question. Like, nor knowledge
Yo.
from being here. Would I know if it was even possible, and if it was, what would happen if one person held possession of all the masks?
Oh,
It's never
like
been
the
done
Infinity
before.
Gauntlet.
Okay, cool.
You turn to Thantos.
I
and you
always
swim.
love to hear it's never been done before. Those are my favorite
Okay.
words from a DM.
All right. What are you doing?
I am going to inform them of the I don't have any reason to be overly secretive given my condition and my state of mind, so I'm going to inform them of what happened with the spell and the fact that I am like very impaired at the moment because of the backlash from the spell. So if we could avoid getting in any fights today, that would be great.
I mean, it sounds like a plan. I just wanted to be able to get my get those crystals, those diamonds.
Diamonds?
So we can form ahead of time. Yeah.
Wait,
All right. So
how many
you
barons
managed
are there?
to. There's 5 of the Stygian mask holders, and then there's Baron Vimric, the Volta
Can you
mask
get
holder.
6 diamonds?
So I'll find them for you.
If
You can try.
you can.
You make your way around the city streets, and like I said, it's closer to the evening, but you do manage to come across one shop of ore and rocks and gemstones and stuff that you think would be the appropriate place. All right. You enter this dark hole of an establishment. Oh,
Oh, this guy again?
well, hi there. What you all doing here? It's kind of late at night, and I was kind of looking to turn in for the evening. You know, I've got some business to attend to, some people to look at.
I'll tell him we're looking for 6 large diamonds that don't have any chips or scratches in them.
No imperfections.
No. What would you want something like that for? Diamonds are, kind of, they're fairly useless down here in the hellscapes. We deal in blood. We deal in like bones and souls and shit like that. This all this stuff here is like rubble in this area. What's your purpose, huh?
Say our purpose is secretive, and your silence is much appreciated. I'll throw 10 blood chips on the table in front of me.
Oh, 10 blood chips. Huh. I'll need a hunk a lot more blood to be silent. I mean, I'll see what you guys done. You all done and screwed up the caravans heading to Baal Shafir, with the killing the bone warden. I know who you are. I know what you're up to. I'm gonna need a lot more on that to keep
Blood
silent.
chips you got in the caravan?
You guys,
I gotta know what.
you guys
know
didn't
what
count it,
numbers.
and you definitely didn't carry it off with you. It's a whole cartload.
Well, I'll throw 100 in front of him and say I've got a whole cartload, literally, where that came from.
Whole cartload, huh? Well, I could let all these diamonds here go, because I happen to have a lot of diamonds. I collect them as curious instruments, curious objects, and I'll need me a little more than 100 blood chips though. You gotta do better on that, buddy.
How many large diamonds do you have with no imperfections?
Roll a d10. That's how many he has.
We want them all.
All of them, you say? Well then, make me an offer I can't refuse. Because the way I see it, you all are probably going to be gathering the attention of some higher ups in the near future with all the ruckus you've been causing.
Deimos and Adis, and I want to say, what do you guys think? I want to whisper to them. I don't want them to hear this number. Do you want to do what, like 1,000?
Would I know if that's fair?
Let's see, 15,000 blood chips.
Oh, you said
Is-
15,000? Or are you offering 1,000? Are you whispering that you want to offer 1,000?
I don't think
Alright,
1,000.
so how much
will
does
buy
a
him.
large diamond normally cost?
That's what I'm wondering as well.
Well, so that you guys know, this is what it's for.
Yeah, but how much is the diamond supposed to cost?
It just has to be large. That's the only specification. It has to be a large, transparent gemstone, such as a corundum, a diamond, or a ruby.
All right, so that's probably the 1,000 GP one. I'm guessing from other things.
Oh wait, worth at least 500 gold. Hold on. Let me calculate here. Just best guess. I'm gonna throw out here. It needs to be worth probably each one. Probably needs to be worth. Hold on. If I'm being generous here, probably about 25,000 gold apiece.
25,000 gold apiece?
Yeah. Because read the thing in the components for that. It's 500 gold per
Is it?
imprisonment. It's 500 gold per hit die, so I have to guess at what the hit die amount for these creatures is. So I'm guessing 50.
Yeah.
So we'd give him 3,001 blood chips, 0.2.
So
So we'll
you're
give him
looking for
3,000 blood chips plus 1.
Adis, go ahead and link the spell real quick.
It's for the component for a minimus containment. And the top says it has to be 500 gold per hit die, so I'm
Per hit
guessing
die.
that the hit die for what we're going to be using these on. So I'm speculating 50 hit die. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing that each diamond would need to be, if our targets are fit, we wouldn't know this, but I'm going based off what's in the description. I'm guessing that they're like level 50 or lower creatures. So they have 50 hit die or less, so it'd be 500 gold per hit die, which would be 25,000 gold per diamond.
Okay.
In die.
Yeah, it looks like each
Alright.
diamond in the
Roll a
standard
d20.
thing we got the ladiest.
Roll a d20. Okay.
Roll a d20.
Oh, shit.
He says to you, well, for a gemstone of that amount of magnitude, you're talking, you're talking quite the incredible stone. I'm thinking it's gonna be costing you quite a lot more than this
How would you
3,000
like a
blood chips here.
promotion?
I'm gonna.
Promotion.
Yeah.
Oh,
You ever get
what
sick of being this level of a demon?
I would like to be head of like a women's dance club.
What's your of all the demons you see on a daily basis, which one do you envy being the most?
The guy down the lane, his name's Globulus. He's got this nice fine dance club that all these fine women go to, and he won't let me in because I don't quite meet the physical requirements to get into the door. I'd like to kick his ass. If I owned
Okay.
that nightclub, I'd be
What if I
I'd be
can make
happy
it so
like
you
a
could kick his ass?
I'd be happy as a squirrel in a bag full of nuts. That's what I'd be happy as.
We will come by. Yes, thank God. We will come by tomorrow, and I will give you the power to kick his ass. and you will give us all the gems you have of
No.
the value that we need.
I don't want to just kick his ass. I want to own the place.
Oh, you kick his ass and kill him, and you will own the place.
Yeah, you can do that
Yeah.
for me.
Oh, I can.
Well then, it's got to be on the down low because I don't want to
Of
scare
course.
off all the hotties that come to this nightclub here. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Because
So we'll come
I
back
like
tomorrow. You hold
I
on
like to
to
look.
those gems
I don't
for
touch.
me.
I just like to look.
Oh, I'm gonna make the women fawn all over you. You're gonna be so powerful.
No. I don't want them fawning. I just want them to go about their business just as they would. I just want them to not notice me. But I want free access to the place.
Oh, you'll have free access to the place when I'm done with you.
You got yourself a deal. You got yourself a deal.
Alrighty. Alright. We'll be back tomorrow.
Okay.
And I kind of say I kind of like this guy.
Yeah, he seems to be like way better at talking than we are.
Okay, so just so I can plan ahead in case this just flat out won't work, but I believe it will since the Baylor CR is 19. I plan to true polymorph him into a Baylor.
It's just like
But
Baylor
he
or a
maintains
Midas
no,
type
he
Baylor.
maintains his personality and self, so he won't just turn into a Baylor and go psycho.
Okay. All right.
Unless you have a rules objection to that. That's my plan.
I think we might try to make it work. All right. So you guys settle down for the night.
Unless I would think there was something more appropriate.
Are you gonna throw up one of those mansion things?
Yes, I will as soon as we
Oh,
find somewhere
thank you
safe
so
to
much.
put it. Because if
Okay,
we need somewhere safe to put it, because if someone dispels it while we're in it, we all get ejected and it's not fun.
Yeah. Well, staying outside ain't fun.
That's true.
Okay. You guys find yourself a back alleyway and someplace as hidden as you think you can make it. You set up your magnificent mansion and you do retire for the evening. I'm gonna give you guys a long rest.
Before the long rest,
Hmm?
sorry, would I possibly? I know we're all tired. It probably won't do anything. I don't know if it would help at all. But Peppa and Albrecht and me, I mean, our new bro Tony over here, he seems to be doing pretty good. But for us, would I be able to cast like a 9th level, just like mass heal, and like a few just random, just like what are they called? Rate of restorations. I know it probably won't get rid of exhaustions yet, but like to start working away at it before we go to bed. I'm just trying to imbue us with some like holy vigor, so we start slowly getting back some of our cool stamina.
What I'll say is that you're able to stem off getting even more drained this night.
Okay. Hey, fair enough. Fair enough. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah, good. Because I absolutely was gonna bump you up to level 3.
Even the mansion.
Huh? Yeah. Well, I mean, you've been in hell for multiple days now.
Hey,
Yeah,
we'll take
being
it.
in the
We take what
mansion
we can
just
get.
pauses it.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop it. Like,
Yeah.
well, it
just
stops
pauses
it,
it.
but it doesn't do away with what you took for the day so
Yeah.
far.
Oh, that actually sucks for me. My speed is halved. I didn't realize that.
Your speed is halved.
The guy who's
All right.
supposed to be running around and charging and everything, his speed is half.
Yeah.
All right. So the next morning, you guys get up. You have a little bit of time because Craven is leaving,
right.
and his caravan are leaving within very early. So like within half an hour.
He might not be leaving so early.
Ironic. Yeah, he does have a deal with them to take us. So
No, he has a cart full of blood.
But chips.
what do you
It's
plan to do
crystallized
with
blood.
that?
No, it was supposed. I tried to use a magic spell to create a bunch of blood chips for him, as kind of a, ensure he doesn't screw us over on the way there, kind of thing. And yeah, I just wound up killing like every demon within like 10 miles, like a low-level demon within 10 miles of this train.
Didn't it make blood chips though?
No, it just filled up full
It
of
did.
liquid blood.
No. It made the blood chips. It's filled with
Oh,
blood
it
chips.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Yep.
did. Oh, okay. Never mind. All right. Okay, then he may be one to leave. So we need to go talk to the dude really fast, and
Yeah.
get the gems.
In the meantime, just because I'm gonna go to the carriage just to make sure he don't go nowhere. while they're doing
Okay.
this thing.
All right.
Maybe that's not. No, he wanted.
So you guys
to
head
be
back to the gem
something-
store,
Yeah.
and bright and early, you find him there, kind of groggy-eyed. Well, you're here kind of early. I wasn't ready to open my store up just yet. I had kind of a late night. You know what I mean?
No comment.
So I asked him, "What do you think of the Baylor?"
Baylors, they're pretty cool. They're like
I
massive and
snap
strong
my
and
fingers. As soon as he says they're cool, I true polymorph him into a Baylor.
okay. He
And I tell him not to resist.
yeah, he convulses a little bit, and he sprouts wings, and he grows in size, and all of a sudden he's looking down, and he's a very large, very very strong physical creature in front of you, as Deimos knows, with a huge endowment swinging between his legs.
No,
well,
you can't have it. Deimos, no, you cannot have it.
well,
Well, I'm not here,
hot,
but I should take
hot
it.
you're
damn,
not? No.
hot damn. Well, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that I was like, hot damn. Oh,
And
well,
it's
this is
going to
quite
be
exciting.
permanent.
Is this permanent?
It will be.
Are you sure? You promised me it's permanent. It's not going to
Yep.
wear off as soon as you walk out that door?
Nope. In 1 hour, it will become permanent.
Well, is there anything I need to do to make sure that this here sticks?
Just give me my diamonds.
All right. I think you got yourself a bargain. So he reaches down and he pulls out 7 diamonds worth about, well, in your estimation from Earth.
Sorry,
memory.
I was a rookie agent, so I had to explain everything.
All right, worth between 3,000 and 4,000 gold each. These are the best I got. This is what I got.
And how many? 7 total?
Yep.
So that's 21,000. That's still pretty good. Okay. I'm satisfied. It's not
All
quite
right,
what
well,
I
thank
was
you.
looking for, but a deal is a deal.
You rolled a natural one on the, the thing.
No, I know.
He said,
But I'm
He says-
communicating with him, I said.
well, thank you very much. I'm gonna be heading off here to go talk to Sebastian. Kicked me out of the nightclub the other day.
Don't get any fights for 1 hour.
Oh, all right. I'll
Because
just
if you get knocked out before the hour is up, it'll end the spell
Okay.
before it takes permanent hold.
all right. Good morning. I'll just sit here and continue my visual observances for the next hour.
Alrighty. And then we will mosey toward the train as quickly as
As you're
possible.
walking out, he kind of leans out the window, and you can see it borders this like the equivalent of an apartment building, and he pulls up a set of binoculars, and he just is gazing out the window.
Oh gosh, are all these guys just creeps? It's awesome.
So large.
Okay.
You said 3K, right?
Between 3 and 4K each.
Okay.
It's a varying amount, so it's more than 21,000. It's less than 28.
Okay, cool. And I stick them in my bag.
All right, Deimos, you hold up the train, right? You get there, and you find this guy going, "The bloody fuck! Look at this! Look at this! My whole front cart is covered in fucking blood chips. I'm just gonna
awesome.
fucking retire. Fuck this driving shit."
You
Look at
know
this
that guy
I
with
look
the
to
big
him.
awesome mask.
I look to him and say, "Consider this prior payment for our transportation."
Holy hell! What, you still want transporter for this? This ain't yours, it's in my cart. How do I know this is your shit?
You don't. But it's yours now.
That's right.
Because it's
That's
in your cart.
That's right. It's mine now. Huh.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna go retire. Shit.
Yeah, and with your promotion, imagine what you'll be able to do with all those blood chips.
Well, I'm gonna start fucking doing it now. Hey. He calls up a bunch of his minions, and he begins to unhook the front cart. He tosses you the reins. He says, "Hey, have a good life." Shit. And he
I
hauls off
can't say I blame him. I
he
just
starts
let him go.
He starts pulling the cart away with with a bunch of underlings that are with him, and he turns around and he
And
looks back at you. He says, "Oh,
so you don't.
oh, the lady who bought room 21. Yeah, yeah. Watch out for her. See you later, assholes." And he starts and he drags his cart away.
Fuck you too, bitch. Give him a thumbs up because he knows that's a good thing in hell.
Yeah, he's going to die quickly.
Nah, he's gonna be like the new like overlord of all of hell now.
He's a low-level demon walking into Dis with a cart full of blood chips. What do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah.
to him? He made a mistake in breaking our deal. Ooh, wait. Would I know this? Are there any like repercussions for a devil breaking a deal?
Did you institute any at the beginning?
Only that he wouldn't get the promotion if he didn't. So I guess no.
Yeah.
No, I meant like magical things like that are outside of the contract itself.
Perhaps depends on the severity of the
Okay.
the malfeasance and whether or not he's wealthy enough to buy magical enchantments to hold off the consequences.
Cool. All right.
I'm thinking
well,
he didn't really break the deal, because to really break the deal, he has to not do their do their side of the thing. So if you would have promoted him, but he didn't transport you, then he would have broken the deal.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true.
No one upheld their side of the bargain.
It's null and void.
No one's at fault.
He said room 21. Apparently, there's a scary lady in there.
Yeah.
Map of hell again, real quick.
Say what? Map.
Yeah, the map real quick. So Deimos is a girlfriend, so that's good. Wondering if it is one of the barons, though.
I doubt it. Because it's coming from Bol Saphir. The only baron there is dead.
No,
You guys are
because
in
we're
Dis
in
right now.
this.
Yeah, but his... Oh, no, he's loading up. That's right.
Yes.
Well, even if it is, we should operate the train. Hey, what's the... Grimlick. Grimlick, you have a new job. This train,
Glimlick.
you operate it now.
Blimlick driver? Oh.
Yep. And we're
Blimlick
going
drives.
to Erebus. Yeah.
Blimlick drives.
Yep. It's your
Blimlick
train now.
always wanted to drive.
You're now the owner of this train.
Oh, he's so excited. He kind of jumps up and down. He scampers up to the top of where the driver sits, and he grabs the reins. He says, "Get on board. Train departs soon."
Also, I gave Blimlick another 100 blood chips out of the Blimlick fund that I bought for, don't forget, re-upping on the Tempest loving.
Oh, well, of course. Blimmick always happy to keep primary job in perspective. This is side gig here.
Just hustling. Blimlick.
Okay.
All right.
And with that, as before you can get on, he cracks the whip, and the caravan begins to move.
I just fly up onto the caravan.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab Deimos and Pepin and jump.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, you jump, and you're able to just roll an athletics check just for the heck of it.
Because I'm not technically raging, so this will be disadvantage. Yeah, it's
Okay.
alright.
You're still okay. You manage to land on the top of one of the cars, and you guys kind of shimmy down between the space between cars and head inside. And Blimmick cracks the whips, and off you guys go. Okay. The road between Dis and Erebus is much different than the one between Dis and Baal Saphir. The landscape is different. This one is like a sea of endless graves. It's flat. It's featureless. All you see is is, in passing, as far as the eye can see, um, millions of tombstones and gravestones all along the path.
Would I know if there's any well-known like dangers or hazards, like giant, devil worms and shit along this road?
On this pathway, um, there used to be a bone warden that inhabited this realm, but the Torn Morrow had issue with the bone warden and years ago exterminated it, hunted it down and exterminated it.
Okay.
So
So
this
she
is actually
did what the
what?
does the former Baron of Balsifer have the power to do that as well?
Yeah.
Not to, for whatever reason.
Yeah. This is the most well kept and least disruptive stretch of the Way of Bones. There's great dangers in other sections and stuff, but because this is the connection between the primary linkage towards the realm of Erebus, which is the realm of the Torn Morrow, you gather that she is the most organized and most conniving of the barons, and she runs a tight ship.
Okay. I love.
Is she the one
As-
that closed up Damos's butt?
No,
Yes.
no,
No. Oh.
no. The Torn Morrow is this person.
Oh, fuck that
Yeah,
bitch.
she's that bitch.
Okay.
Hey guys.
As like a player person, I like her. Not as a character.
Yeah, she's wicked. Hey guys. I just came to a realization because of your idea about the polymorph thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you polymorph them into a fucking snake, they have 1 hit die.
Oh, well, I was gonna polymorph him into a ball or a stick. I can
No,
probably
it has to
get
be
right
a
to
Demos?
it has to be a creature.
No,
for me
Albert's
to
in this too.
imprison
Albert can cast it on also. We can work together.
It has to be a creature for me to imprison.
Actually,
and
have
return.
polymorph.
Well, no. If me and you work together, we can polymorph a lot of creatures into shapes.
Yeah. Well, it needs to
You
be
want them
polymorphed
into
into
balls.
something. It needs to be something living.
Yeah,
We need to we need to actually physically change them.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, change them into like a sheep or something. I
oh
can't.
no. I
imprison an object.
actually I don't have polymorph or just wrestling things into objects.
Oh.
Yeah. We ain't
Okay.
got shit.
Well, I guess I'll have to try to true polymorph something into a snake and hold it permanently, and then I can imprison it the next day.
Look, while it's a snake, can't you just do it then?
No, because both spells are 9th level spells.
Yeah, that's kind of hard. Pepin, you wouldn't happen to know the spell polymorph, would you?
I do not.
Hey, we have a
I mean,
couple days travel.
Polymorph would work if you could pull it off, but if you have polymorph, but
Wizards.
it,
Uh,
it has to work though.
Adis.
The only
You
problem I'm
wanna-
saying is these guys might have like 14 legendary resistances. That's the only thing I'm worrying about.
Adis.
Yes.
You're a wizard. You have a spell book, don't you?
Yes.
Got a couple of days. Why don't you teach Pepin over here True Polymorph so that way we can do it in one day?
I would have to write a scroll for him. You can't copy a spell out of a spellbook into a spellbook. I don't think.
It's the DM.
That's why I said I don't think.
If you really want to try to teach him polymorph in over the course of 3 days, I'll let you roll for it.
Okay, I'll try to teach him true polymorph. As long as
Bro.
there's no risk to my spell in my book, of course.
Pepin, roll 3 intelligence checks. Let's see here. 22, 36.
Am I lucky? 2 of them?
Yeah.
Well, question: if I'm teaching him, would he have advantage on it?
Nope.
Oh wow, nice.
Son of a. I'll take the 12 on that last one. So 22, 24, and 12.
Yeah. Okay, so you needed 50, you got 52. The
Oh,
as you guys are able to focus your time along the journey. And Pepin, you do learn the polymorph spell along the way. So this
Wait,
is
were
the
we
train that
teaching?
you're on.
Is that teaching you polymorph or true polymorph?
Have a
I thought you were teaching
easier.
polymorph.
Polymorph would probably be the better idea because, yeah, trying to teach you a 9th level spell would be next to impossible.
Yeah,
I
that would have been a higher roll.
Yeah.
So polymorph?
yeah.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the train that you're on, right? And it's moving in this direction. It's pretty long. It keeps on going back further. That's how long they are. And at the front, of course, there's a bunch of skeletal steeds that are pulling it. And Blimlick is sitting out at the top of the driver's seat, kind of like right here, cracking his whip and cackling and having a great time.
Hey, as long as we're not
Um,
rolling over,
oh.
I'm gonna let him keep doing this thing.
Since I went an hour, the true polymorph I cast became permanent. So as long as someone doesn't know it's happened to him and cast a spell on him, he'll remain a Baylor forever until he dies.
Yeah, but you guys left him behind,
Yeah.
45 minutes ago. So you don't know what happens over there. The way that the room numbers are set, they're set in sets of 10 per cart. So the first cart, which is basically the engineering cart, the driver's cart, those are the rooms in the single digits. Here's the 10s, the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, etc., etc., etc. Okay. You guys have managed to find. Go on.
I was gonna say while the storage lesson was going on, the magic lesson was going on, I was going to go introduce ourselves to our guests in room number 21.
As you get there, you guys are hanging back in like cart 5, and the further forward you go, the more expensive and elaborate and opulent the cars are, and the further back you go, the shittier they are. So you guys are in cart number 5. Cart number 2 over here is pretty much the most lavish, because this is like the driver's cart, and here is where all the supplies and stuff and the servants' quarters and stuff are. So this one right here is where the highest end rooms are.
Is that where they said that one lady was at?
Yeah, this is the cart 20, the 20. So she's in room 21. As you guys had make your way back there, over the course of a couple of days, you realize that there's a lot of secrecy and there's a lot of hush hush about the contents of this cart. There's a set of guards posted at either end that make the cart completely private. A couple of large demons are established there, and they won't let anyone in or out except people who have been summoned there.
Now, question: as friends of Blimlick, would we have his authority to say check tickets of these people to make sure everyone on board is of proper paid the proper amount?
Sure. Blimlick says, "Yes, I'm driver. Blimlick's driver. Blimlick can do whatever Blimlick wants on this train. Blimlick is in charge."
Would you like us to check the tickets of everyone, Blimlick?
Yes. Make sure
Okay.
all passengers pay full price. Full price.
Not double price. Like,
No, Blimlick not selfish. Blimlick not greedy.
it's your train now.
It's lawful. He's lawful.
Let me raise
Gotta
good
hold up the
point.
deal.
You raise good point. Blimlick will consider this. All right.
So I'm going to use my disguise as Ticketmaster to go up to the guards of the cart and saying I would like to see everyone's tickets and everyone inside the cart to make sure that there are no stowaways in my very professional manner.
All right. So the very large guard at the door scowls down at you and says, "The mistress does not want company. We have paid full price, paid you well. You best leave us alone." else we'll be causing trouble.
Okay, I won't try to like barge in, but I'll say so. Is it just is the mistress the only other one inside?
Of course not. Her whole retinue travels with her.
Okay, so I'll ask to see the tickets of everyone inside. And we probably didn't put names on the tickets.
You
So
wait
just, like,
here. You wait here.
I will wait here.
He kind of knocks on the door, and another face appears in the door, and he talks to him. He whispers him. And as a few minutes go by, and they come back with a stack of tickets, and they show them to you.
Okay. And then I'm going to wonder to myself, do these tickets have names on them because they were probably pre-purchased in advance?
Roll a.
To come here, because if this is a, well, if I'm hoping if it's a baron, it's because they would have known when the blood they were going to try to form the blood thing.
There are names on them. You cannot read them because you do not read Infernal.
I was just about to ask, was our spell lessening taking like all day of the 3 days?
Most
Or
of
could
the
I
time, yeah.
Okay, never mind. Because I was going to ask if I could possibly be tagging along with him.
Deimos, are you with me as my backup here?
Well, that's what I was asking. That's why I was asking how much time.
I know. I'm asking Deimos if he's here.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
yeah.
Do you read? I whisper him. Do you read Infernal?
Let me check.
Nope, I got Abyssal.
Sure, of course you do.
But I could always roll a D100 and learn a new language.
I was going to just burn these names into my mind. Because how many are there?
About 40 of them.
Okay. Deimos, you want to take half of these, and I'll take the other half? To burn these names into our minds, so that way we can take them back to Adis and ask him to translate.
Hey, I'm taking
I
these
have
tickets.
the tongue spell. I
Yeah.
can cast it on one of you.
I would have known that these names would have been in Infernal before I guessed, so I would have asked Pepin to cast it on me before I went.
It's one of my signature spells, so it doesn't use up a spell.
If the DM's all right with that little bit of metagaming.
Yeah, fine. Okay. All right. You. What's your intelligence? 11
I'm a
intelligence.
12.
Okay.
Or 11, yeah.
All right.
I'm
So
a
you
12. I'm super smart.
Yeah, the two of you, you've been cast this spell on, so you understand the writing in front of you. You see a bunch of names, just demonic sounding names. Searching through them all, one of them in particular does hit you, as one that you've heard before.
Oh, that's she's not a baron, she's like the entour of the baron, right?
She was the consort of Baron Avernus in Dagon, the city of Dagon.
I don't see Baron Avernus's names, do I?
You do not.
So I will thank the fine gentlemen for their time. Do the doctor thingy and punch out all the tickets. And from there, I will head back to the front cart where everyone else is.
Okay. All right. Unless you guys want to do anything else, your travel continues on for the next couple of days. There are whispered hushes and rumors about what's going on. Actually, all of you roll me a... What would this be? This would be an insight check.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone roll me an insight check.
Just real quick, I would have let the rest of the party know that just Ambrosia in cart number 21, in that I think once we get to Erebus that we should follow her, and as soon as we see the Baron, try to capture him.
Okay.
Plan.
All right. You guys don't learn anything useful from the rumors. And time goes by. 3 full chronos go by. And you
Would
guys
I-
One
arrive.
extra thing.
Yes.
I was like, just while we're going, would I be able to like try to like, as we're going through, just slowly try to pump us full of, just there's some subtle little bit of holy energy to slowly try to like stave away some of this shit.
You're managing now at the cost of most of your spell slots every day to keep it stable. It becomes harder and harder every day to keep you at exhaustion level 2.
Okay.
But the
Fair enough.
the day before you arrive at Erebus, it takes all your spell slots to keep you and your
Okay.
party at level 2. All right. So you take a long rest, and the next day you guys are stable here for 1 day or 1 chronos before
Okay.
exhaustion level 3 kicks in.
Is this
No.
a magic effect?
No, it's the seeping away of your souls, draining
Or let
away.
me rephrase. Is it an evil effect?
I suppose it could be considered that.
Could I remove it with the spell evil?
No.
Okay. On the trip, when I have a little bit of
Thank
free
you,
time,
though.
over the 3 days, 3 separate times, I would like to cast Identify on the mask.
Okay. You managed to find just enough time to do that. Trying to, and as you do so, you realize that this is an artifact of power beyond anything you've ever encountered before. You're just able to scratch the surface of its intricacies and the complex weaving of the threads of its power. Roll a intelligence check.
Okay.
In the 3 days that you're identifying it and you're trying to attune to it, I'm assuming you're trying to attune to it.
No. I'm just trying to clean knowledge.
Okay.
Well, actually, hold on. Let me see. Is there something I can... Yeah, I will... If it succeeds, I'll replace it with... I'll attune to it and unattune to the ring of fire resist.
You meet a point where you realize that in order to get any more benefit or any more knowledge of it, you do have to attune to it. So that's your
Yeah,
choice.
I'll do it. I just need to see what I had to give up in order, because you only get 3 things, so...
Okay. Upon attuning to it, you find yourself with an extra level 6 and extra level 7 spell slot.
Ooh. Nice.
Okay.
Extra 6 and 7, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you place it on you, you realize the massive depths. Again, this is the most powerful arcane object you've ever come into contact with. It will take you centuries to truly probe the complete depths of its power, and you're not even sure that you'll even be able to access it all because it's devilish in nature. But you've just scratched the surface.
When I do any further probing, my aim is to find out how to be able to bestow it on someone. That's my goal.
Okay.
With it.
Okay. You know that because of your nature, part of your nature is what's preventing you from comprehending it further. That a devil would have more success innately, but it would take a devil of extreme power to be able to access it and wield it. A lesser being would be consumed by it.
But I would know my friend could. Or would I
You
know if
think
he
so?
was... I would think he
You
would,
don't know.
in theory, be powerful enough to wield it.
Yes, in theory.
Okay. But, because he had mentioned something about I need to do something with it in order to give it to him.
You need to stop the Crimson Dance. I mean, because he knows that as soon as you give it to him, if the dance completes, it gets taken away anyway.
Okay. Alright, I just misunderstood him. That's fine then. Alright, moving on then. Given that, because it only takes like what the equivalent of a short rest to do a tune, I am gonna unattune that evil piece of shit and put my ring back on.
Okay. Okay.
So does anyone have any better ideas besides following Mistress Ambrosia and
No, I don't care
Dude,
what we do.
let's just get there and scope out the situation, because right now it's pretty much speculation on everything that we, like any plans that we come up with.
After he tells me who's on there, can I do some kind of check to discern how like tight knit or how much the Baron of Dagon actually, I mean, for a devil, cares about her? Like, if I ever came across anything like that.
About Mistress Ambrosia?
Yeah. Like, would he be willing to raise hell in order to protect her? Kind of.
From what you know, Baron Avernus from Dagon was known as the weakest of the five barons. Um, there was a time, 1,000 years ago, when he at the pinnacle of his power, that he was feared, and his name struck terror into the hearts of all around him. But in the centuries past, he'd gotten wounded, he'd grown weak, and he'd been compromised, that kind of thing. So his hold on Dagon was is tenuous at best of all the five barons. That's what you know.
Okay.
Mistress Ambrosia is highly competent and has been and came alongside Baron Avernus and helped him consolidate his power and keep hold of his city, basically.
Okay. She's very important to him then.
Yeah.
are
All right.
you thinking what
guys.
I'm thinking then?
I'm thinking that you know what weak demons strive for most? I think the Baron wants a promotion.
Oh, that too. But
But not to the ruler of this level, because that deal has already been made.
yeah. Well, he does have to, win the.
He doesn't need to win it. What if we gave him dominion over all 5 of the cities, but not this level of hell?
You want to give him the mask?
Want to give him all of the masks, except for the king mask.
I'm thinking what. Okay, so you weren't thinking what I was thinking. So let me tell you what I was thinking.
You were thinking that we do something naughty and then try to blackmail him.
We, instead of imprisoning the demon, we imprison Mistress Ambrosia and see if he will withhold his spot in the right until we get Elwin's soul. That's what I was thinking. But
This plan is risky, and if it fails, we blow everything. But if we
So,
side with him, because if we can get a demon lord on my friend's side, we can disrupt the right. Dagon would love to have his stature back. He wouldn't be lord of this plane of hell, but he would be lord of 4 more cities.
I think the way the masks work, is it possible for one person to baron over all of the cities besides Balsifer?
Whoever holds the mask rules the city.
Whoever holds the mask rules the city. You don't know if anyone has held more than one mask at a time before, though.
So to remind myself, is polymorph a does it require a touch component?
I don't believe so, but let me double check.
Know how close you got to get Pepin.
Polymorph's range is 60 feet.
So I'm thinking, you
And
go
if
talk.
If they're a shape changer, they automatically succeed in resisting it.
Picture of Lord Dagon.
What?
Lord Dagon.
His name's Baron Avernus.
Baron Avernus. Excuse me. Baron Avernus. I don't know. Where was I getting Lord Dagon from? Anyways.
He's
The lord of Dagon.
Yeah. Dagon's the city.
You've been playing Elder
Baron
Scrolls too
Avernus?
much.
I mean, you're not wrong on that, but
All right.
But
I'm
it
still.
does have
So what I'm
land as
thinking
well.
then is that you go up to the Mistress Ambrosia's guards and see if you can convince them to let you see her, to see if you can get an audience with him, with the party, of course. And
Okay.
from there, we can go see with an audience, see if you can persuade him to do some stuff. If you can't, then we'll try to imprison him in the diamond.
Sounds like an idea. So
Okay.
I will. Someone's
Oh.
coming with me. I ain't going by myself.
Oh yeah, we're all going.
Okay.
Audience with all of us, but you're definitely the best talker amongst all of us, and you're the one who has the ability to give him what he wants.
Yeah. So we'll go down to talk to the guards.
Okay.
This is as of course as like as we get there and people start unloading things, because obviously you have to keep teaching Elwyn most of the time.
Right. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I had one quick question for Midas.
Mm-hmm.
We forgot, and I will ask when I think of it.
I'll say in the evening of the final day of travel, you have managed to convey the knowledge over to Pepin, and he can cast polymorph, and you guys have a couple hours before you arrive at Erebus, where you are no longer caught up in the teaching of the spell.
Okay.
What do
You
you want
guys
to do?
want to wait and catch them on the way out, or go talk to them now?
I think the earlier we talk to him, the better. So
Yeah, I think putting them on the spot might be a bad idea. So yeah, we'll go down to room 21.
Okay. Stopping you at the entrance to the cart, of course, is the large guard.
I
you guys
tell him
are like right here.
I tell him I wish to speak to Mistress. It was Ambrosia, right?
Yeah.
Mistress Ambrosia.
Yeah.
And I bow in the appropriate, respectful way for a mortal to a
Right.
devil.
Right. And I'm just gonna let you come in here and talk to her.
I minor image and illusion of the mask. I think I have that.
Okay. He's going to investigation. What's your DC?
22, I believe. Let me double check here. It's 8 plus 7, so that's 15 plus 6, so 21. I'm not trying to like make it look fake.
No, this is to see if he can see through the illusion.
Oh, okay.
He pauses for a second. He says, and you're doing the Volto mask, right?
Yeah.
He says, "Wait right here." He turns around. He enters the cart. A few minutes later, the door opens up, and a more slender devil, much more cunning in his eyes, says, "The mistress will see you. Right this way."
And I say thank you and bow with the appropriate respect and so forth.
Okay. As you enter the cart, you walk in, and there is incense burning on the walls of the inner chamber around you. It's fairly large, and all around you you see various chambers and various creatures, entities of devilish nature, incredible beauty, incredible power represented within the inhabitants of this cart. You know that that any one of these creatures would be a foe to be reckoned with. She basically brought the strongest forces she could with her from Dagon.
As we enter, I give everybody kind of the nudge, nod, and to follow my lead as I do the appropriate, respect to someone of her station.
Okay.
Thanking her for granting us an audience.
How hard would it be for me to try not to masturbate in front of her?
Well, you don't even know
pretty
what
high
she looks
DC.
like. Yeah, he hasn't
Pretty high
given you a
DC.
piece.
I-
He
I'll
hasn't
walk
given you a
in front of
picture
you.
yet.
And I'll make sure I tell you to just look
It's
into
part of
the
being
backpack
down
size.
here. That's one of his ticks. Like I'm doing it right now. I stutter when I speak sometimes, or I go off, and he masturbates. Damos, what'd you get?
Damos is just fucking stupid.
So,
Actually, I'm gonna check. I actually might have written it down somewhere. Boo, 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 boo.
I had to use a major image for that, by the way, because I don't have minor illusion.
Okay.
So,
As you head in deep into the train car, there's an obvious area where most of the other creatures, other demonic entities in this cart have stayed away from, and it's the center of most opulence and luxuriousness, and emerging from a doorway in a large quarters called with the title over it, the placard over it says Room 21, is Mistress Ambrosia.
oh damn, she's hot.
Owen might not be
She's-
the only one doing his thing.
She glides out from her doorway, and she's taller than you guys. She's a good 9 feet tall. But then again, all these creatures around you are quite large, and this cart is very big in general.
She's a 10x.
And she
peacock.
said, she settles down. Her hands blood red, but it's not like it's wet with blood. It's like just the stained color of her skin. And she settles down, reclining on like a chase lounge in front of you. One of her servants brings her a jewel encrusted cup, and she drinks deeply from it. And she looks at you, and she says, "The mask, you have it. I've been told. What business have you here with me?"
I'm holding the spell. It's concentration, 10 minutes. It was merely an illusion, and I snip it away. I wish to speak to you about the mask, because the holder of the mask has fallen.
She says, "Interesting. You are a creature of some power, although I saw through your illusion at first glance. But I honor the nerve to walk in here with a conjuration.
It was never meant
Speak
as
your
a deception.
piece. Speak your
We wish-
piece.
What's the
You have my
Dagon's
ear
name?
until I drain my cup." And she
What's
takes
the
another big
Dagon's name?
Avernus.
Avernus. So he would be Lord Avernus.
Baron.
Baron. We humbly seek an audience with Baron Avernus.
She
I
laughs
tell
inside
her-
her cup.
There's a Hot Topic gift card in it for you.
And I will basically, as quickly and respectfully as I can, explain to her that, not how, but that the holder of the mask is indeed dead, and that there is going to be some significant changes coming, and that with Baron Dagon, with the Baron's help, he could step up and become ruler of all of Dagon, Epheus, Dis, Erebus, and Limbo, and I am totally not lying to her at all. Like, my character legitimately believes what he's saying to her is the truth.
Who are you to promise such power to the ruler of Dagon?
In my opinion, looking around the room, if a fight broke out, do I think we would lose?
Yeah, there's like 30 or 40 devils around you. Not to mention her.
God help us if this backfires.
We are the slayers of what's his name? of Inkamel. You can throw that out there as our power.
You say that? I wasn't there for that, so I don't know that.
She raises an
I
eyebrow.
will make that known to you so you can say it in the respectful way.
Okay.
I
As you
trust
say
you,
that,
Strong.
as you say that, you see her eyebrow raise, and she lowers her cup from in front of her, and she looks at you, Albrecht. Her eyes just like piercing into you as she looks you over, up and down, just trying to get an estimation of your worth and your strength. She says, "Now that's curious. To slay a servant of the Red God himself. I saw his soul on sale at the Soul Vend last week. I'd wondered what had come of the Red God's plans on the mortal plane. And here you are, his slayers, yet you are not dead. Curious. Well, tell me, if you are all that powerful, if you are all that worthy," he says, "how is it that you are clueless as to your station here and to whom you address? Perhaps it was just luck that brought you defeat over Invaro and Trasil Inkomel.
Who
Or
beat Clovis?
I'd heard of his demise as well. Hideous, despicable creature from the abyss.
Beat Gromash? Beat that big worm dude?
I'm going to say to her that it was by no mere luck that we defeated him, but it was in here we recognize the power that we are in the presence of, and to help this power grow to complete our quest that we are here for.
We just want Ellen back.
Yeah, we just
I
want Ellen.
ask her.
I mean,
in
I was going to
all-
get to that.
I ask her, in all the history of the sulfurous wastes, has one baron ever held all 5 masks? And if not, how much would you love to hand them all to your lord?
She says, all 5 masks would be of little worth to a single devil. To wear all 5, one would need 5 faces, 5 souls, 5 minds. There's not a creature that could bear the burden of it. Besides, she says, the power would be redundant. The masks accomplish the same thing, except in different areas. No. What the Lord
How
of
can-
Dagon seeks is the Volto mask. The one that you so skillfully mimicked when you entered this cart. One would think that in order to have reproduced it so accurately, you might have had to have seen it yourself.
When I took it from his cold, dead corpse, and I just have a burning stare straight into her eyes as I say that.
Ah, the truth emerges, and at last we have a conversation. She sits up straight. She tips her glass up to the ceiling, drains it, and crashes it down to the ground. As she stands, she turns around and she looks at all the various hideous creatures and monstrosities around her, and also all those of inestimable beauty. The wide range of glowing and dark creatures around her. She says, "Return to whence you came." She says, "I will be having a conversation with these mortals in private." And with that word, they begin to retreat back into various alcoves and various side rooms. And after about 30 seconds, the whole interior chamber of this cart is empty, except you and Mistress Ambrosia. She looks at you all, and she says, "Make your offer."
I'm going to look at Adis and say, do you have a plan that doesn't require you giving up the big mask? Because I've got something, but I want to see what you have.
The mask is what I want. And for you to have not perceived the truth of this situation does not bode well for my estimation of you.
I'm I'm like in contemplation, ignoring her insult, and I say, if I have the mask, I think that speaks enough for my power. What I want is two things. I want this infernal anchor removed from my soul so that I can leave this infernal place. And I say their friend's name, I want his soul, and I want you and the Baron to stop this ritual.
Speak
In
not of the Baron.
exchange, oh, okay, I want you to stop this ritual, and and you have to dissolve my contract with, and I tell her the name of the dude I have the contract with,
Mhm.
and then exchange, you get the mask.
Are you lying? Or are you trying to deceive her at all?
No, I'm not deceiving her. I'm telling her the truth. And those are my four conditions. She has to give us what's his face's soul, remove the anchor from me, dissolve my contract with the demon I have, and or kill him, whatever she sees fit. And let's see here, remove the anchor, give us the soul, stop the ceremony, and dissolve my contract.
You see a wry smile come to her face. She says, "Show me the mask."
Okay, given the circumstance now, looking around, it's just us and her.
Hmm.
No one, I can see no one else.
Correct.
Okay, then I will pull the mask from the bag.
You see her. You see her gasp. Her eyes widen as she stares at it. She looks at you, and she
And I
smiles.
drop it back in the bag.
She reaches behind her and pulls out from her a Stygian mask, ornate, intricately carved, every bit as beautiful as the one that you hold, but its glimmer slightly less. And she places it on her own face, and she says to you, "Then I, as Lord of Dagon,
Holy
bearer
shit!
of the Stygian mask, agree to your terms."
Shit. I'm thinking that in my head. Oh my god, she killed his ass. Fuck yeah, this bitch is awesome.
I think she just
I
came more
will.
badass than the Baron of
Um,
Erebus.
yeah.
Says,
Um, I ask if she would like to draw up the contract, or will our words be enough?
she says, "Let us make it formal."
Very well.
She produces a parchment, and over the next 10 minutes, you got and with a wave of her hand, a quill comes out and scrawls out in parallel languages: infernal, abyssal, and celestial, as is the custom of the highest level of contract. Um, on this parchment, the terms that um, she would break your pact with, what's his name, Zardoc or Zarbog or whatever his name was,
Yeah.
and that she would release your anchor, your soul anchor, from this plane. She would return to you Elwyn's soul. And what was the last one?
Stop the ritual, because if she loses the mask if I give it to her.
Yeah. And upon completion of those things, that you would give to her the Volto mask.
Correct. And I
Um,
will
um,
intently study it to make sure she has not stuck any shenanigans in it. Because
I'm
I
gonna
can
whisper.
read all those languages.
Okay.
Okay, you're
Albert,
gonna
what
Yeah,
you
I'm
say?
whisper?
gonna. While he's reading, I'm gonna whisper to him. Do you have a guaranteed way out of here, or do you think that you should put that in the contract that we have safe passage out of
Oh,
hell?
forgive me, Mistress Ambrosia. If you would
Yes.
indulge me, I would like to add one more condition. That you grant us safe passage back to the material plane.
She looks at you, she smiles, she says, "Good catch. Fortunate you said that before we had signed." And she flicks her hand, and the pen scrawls that last phrase onto the contract. Says,
I've been
"I
here a
think you and
long
I will
time.
get along. I think you and I will get along famously."
Oh, I absolutely adore you. I would also like to add, forgive me again, one more condition. How ambitious are you? That's what I thought.
She smiles. She says, "There is no end to where I set my eyes."
I was draw a book from my bag and set it on. I'm assuming she's at a table and set it down, and I'm sure she
Mhm.
would immediately recognize it. It's the
What is
book of the Book of Vile.
Okay.
And I would ask her to add another condition to the contract that once she has asserted her full dominance over this realm of the sulfurous waste, she ends its support for douchebags war in the heavens.
She pauses.
Good
She
one.
says, she says, "To break ties with the Red God," she says, "you must think me a fool.
No, not at all.
It would mean the end of me."
You know his war will mean the end of you as well. His war is foolish, and it will destroy all of existence. You have to
She
know
says,
this.
"You know nothing of Asmodeus. Nothing." She says, "I will not agree to such a ridiculous demand. I have given you enough.
Very well.
I've given you your lives for that mask. Don't overstep."
And that was very gracious of you. And I take the book back.
She says,
Giving all the proper due respect, of course.
she reaches
And
down,
apologizing
and with her,
for overstepping.
she reaches down with her, and with her blood red finger, she inscribes her name and her insignia across the bottom of the parchment. She says, "Sign."
Can I
If
do a
you
little
dare.
RPE? First I'm going to read it.
Yeah, you
To
did,
make
and
sure she didn't
it's
put-
all
It's all up and up.
in the up and up.
Okay. Can I do some flavory thing where I will take a small dagger and slip my finger and use my magic to draw the blood forth and write my name
Yeah.
on it?
Yeah.
And that's how I do it.
Okay. She looks at it and she says, "Then it is done." She takes the scroll and she rolls it up, right? And she files it away into a pocket plane that she opens up, and she says to you, "As comrades, I should tell you, she says, the Red God is not to be trifled with, and I've heard that mortals entered this plane who bore his seal." He says, "He would know if I had agreed to turn against him. He has his eyes on you. For some reason, his mark is upon you."
Them, not me.
Upon you
They're
all.
part of the party now, boy. It's upon
Oh,
you
is
as
it
well.
a party mark? Oh, I thought it was some brand
But
they
it
got
might as
before.
well be.
Okay.
This is news to us as well, but I'm like, you're part of the party now.
Well, I
boy.
assume if it's
on
letting
you.
him view you as a party, yes, he would see me as well, yeah. Okay. No, that is very understandable.
That is a game far beyond my scope, she says. "Perhaps someday I will play it. But for now, let us talk of the plan. We
I
arrive
insert a,
in Erebus shortly. Would you like to know of the Crimson Dance?
Yes.
I would say yes, but before I would like to know, out of pure curiosity, who got Inkamel's soul.
She smiles, and as she waves her head, you see from one of her earrings dangles a very large crystalline gem. And she says, "Why? So thoughtful of you to ask."
What if the red god lets him go? Probably fuck you up.
She says, "No.
Um,
His soul has been consigned to hell. It is within our rights to hold it. What the Red God does with Inkamel from here on out is his own designs. He has released the soul. It is fair game."
Oh. Alright.
Asmodeus really wanted to keep Inkamel's soul for himself or something, he would have already done that.
yeah.
You are
We
correct.
can true res him.
It-
Can we true
No.
res Inkamel?
no, we can't.
Oh,
I was about to say if let's say Inkamel basically failed Asmodeus, so that's probably why he released him. He didn't care about him at that point, and this is punishment.
You
But then,
speak
like,
truth.
if we true res Inkamel, he'd really fuck up that dance.
As far
That's
as
a
the
whole bunch of no in one sentence right there.
Osmodeus wouldn't care about this ritual, except for I'm whispering this to them. I don't think he would care about the ritual beyond the extent of the distraction it's creating for his war. From his war.
Correct. This is the first level of hell, 1 of 9, and and it's just one of the realms that he rules. Not to mention the abyss and who else?
Bitch level.
Yeah. So it being upset's probably not going to catch his ire too much, if at all.
Yeah, actually, by upsetting this, we're probably helping him. But whatever.
We are actually.
She says to you.
What is more valuable at this point?
She says to you, "Look," and she points, and ahead of the cart, you can see in the edges of the window, the city of Erebus coming into view.
And
forgot-
at this
I
point,
forgot
I'll
to
settle
reload
down for her to tell us about the Red Dance, because I would like to hear about it.
Oh, that is so sick. I love this lady. She's my new girlfriend.
She says to you,
Dude, you get the best.
I don't say that. I don't say
images.
that out loud.
Yeah, these are good.
She says to you. You get it yet?
Yep, I got it.
The picture of the city.
That's
I'm looking
awesome.
for her. I'm looking for her image again. I want to look at that again.
There.
Yeah, you
like
really
it.
nailed it on the Forever 20 or the Hot Topic gift card.
Yeah.
Alright. She says, "All 5 mask holders are set to gather within Erebus. The Torn Morrow, that filthy bitch, has named the location, because as of the moment that we agreed to this rite, she was the most powerful of the barons, and held the most sway. Mine own devices, mine own plans were, before I met you, to use the power of this soul," and she flicks her, a flip of her head, and the earring dangles from her right ear, "to win the dance. Avernus himself would have been a peon in this war of wills between barons. The decrepit old fool didn't even know what I was doing to him this whole time. But now that you are here, the plan has changed. I will admit that I was uncertain in some small extent to my abilities to win the dance. The Torn Morrow is a force to be reckoned with. Lorbwig is a hulking force of nature in his own right. Silithus is a slithering fool. And Despater, well, I think he would be more likely to be a lackey than a lord. But now that you're here, know that I do not have the power to just hand you the victory. We will need to work in unison, in congruence, with all craftiness to win this. The barons are strong, and they will have the full might of their city's strength with them, just as I have mine with me. There will have to be some subterfuge, and there will have to be some conniving. She draws her hand up, and she says, "This is the city of Erebus," and an image appears in front of you. Right? She says, "The ritual is set to occur in the very core of the city, down below. The center of the city is raised above this a pit that extends to the very depths of this plane itself." And she points here. And there at the bottom of the pit is the location of the dance. The 5 barons will take place around an inverted star inscribed deep into the earth. And at the same moment, with mutual agreement, we will all forsake our masks, place them in equal locations, so that they may begin the dance. And from there we will each offer offerings of fire, of soul, of will, and of blood. And as each one of us contests with the other to make the greatest offering, to gather control of the dance, others, as one of us increases, others will decrease. And those who are expunged from the dance will lose their very existence. But those who contend to the end will meet in vicious combat of the soul, until just one is strong enough to wrest the power of the Volto mask from the rest. At that point, the Masks 5 will unleash their true strength and summon the single key mask, the Volto mask, and place it in the hands of the victor. And that one will rule above all. The place of this ritual is sacred. So, there will be guards, there will be defenses, there will be patrols, but they will not be at the core location. I will be at the site of the ritual. It will be up to you to make your way there, because in the moment of releasing the masks, and as we barons conduct the ritual, we are at our weakest. We are without the protection that these masks afford us. And that is when you may strike. And I will be there to claim the power and secure my victory over this plane. Strike down the barons as they engage in the rite, and we will all win. Okay?
4 barons for 4 of
Alright.
us.
I say
almost
that is a very
perfect.
agreeable arrangement. Bow.
She says, "Be careful, they are strong. Some stronger than I in various ways. You will need every ounce of your cunning, every ounce of your strength to defeat even one. You should enlist every ally, every advantage. And I will offer you a blessing to aid you in your journey, to aid you in your battle."
We do know how long it is until the ritual, right?
She says, I am the last to arrive, having traveled the farthest. The ritual begins when I enter Erebus.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's
so
do this.
Um,
so yeah.
if part of our strike, I ask her, if part of our striking down the barons involved something that was a little indiscriminate, would you be able to extricate yourself from the area?
She says, I will not leave until I have completed the ritual.
Or, I mean, protect yourself from like blunt trauma. You
She
know,
says,
and then I
I can
explain.
care for myself.
Okay. I explained to her that the former mask holder's friend is now my friend. Sort of.
She looks at you curiously and she says, I believe I understand. I will
And if
make
he does
preparations.
come, I just want to make sure that if harm were to come to you, that you know, and I'm saying this honestly, that it was not an intent. I don't have absolute dominion over him, so his attack will be savage and indiscriminate.
She says, I will make preparations.
Thank you.
So for us, almost like Midas planned it that way.
Yep.
4 and a Titan.
All right. As much as I don't want to, hopefully the big battle will be next week. But I'm gonna have to head
Yeah.
out. I got called to work early.
She's gonna before you go though, she's gonna offer
yeah.
you guys a choice. And I am going to put it in chat right now. She says, but first, a boon,
Ooh.
a symbol of
So
trust
is this one of your
from
level
me
up things?
to you. In order to complete this task, you must be strong. Okay? So you guys can either choose. You can choose one of these two.
First level up boon type of thing.
Okay.
Ooh, that's not bad.
That's actually pretty cool. That's equivalent to having my over channel once every combat. That's actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
Wait, are those the two?
Yep, you can choose one.
Oh,
Each,
okay.
each of you can pick one of them.
I'll take gain max damage on 1 damage roll per combat.
Okay, write it into your abilities. This is Boon of Ambrosia.
I'll take the same one.
Because that means I could over channel twice in one combat, and that's pretty sick.
Interesting choice for me, because obviously max damage is great, but I'm never rolling that many dice anyways. I think I want to take the advantage because I get advantage
Yeah.
anyways.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking these melee things, this third die is super cool. For magic, though, that max damage is super awesome. I'm going to take that third die for advantage rolls.
Okay. So these trigger when you're fighting a fiend. So that's a devil or a demon. All right.
Yep.
And these are permanent.
Cool. How do we add boons? Because there's feats, features, traits, and proficiencies. Is there a way to add like a boon category into abilities?
Yeah, you can. I think.
Let me see.
Oh
I'm
wait,
sure there's a
maybe
way
not.
to add
No.
categories. You might just have to put it under like traits or something and just say Boon of Ambrosia. And as they keep coming along, just stick it under one of these these areas.
All right. Well, thank you
I'll
so
put
much
it
for
under-
the game. I'm going to
I'll
have to
put
head
it
out.
under traits because it'll stick out more there.
Yeah, put it under traits. Okay. Night, Damos.
Yep. Peace.
right.
I'm assuming we're ending with us leaving from our conversation with her.
Yes.
When we leave, I bow to her respectfully and I say, Lady Ambrosia, should you ever choose to play the game we spoke of, call on me.
She smiles. She says, I will bear it in mind. Now, we have a task to accomplish. May we
Yes.
both be fortunate. And she returns your
That's
bow.
That, as a player, that says a lot right there.
Okay.
Just saying. All right, that's cool. That was so much fun. I did not expect. I expected us to get killed the second I pulled that mask out. I was so scared to fucking pull it out. I was so scared to pull it out because I knew it was safe in the bag.
Yeah.
Or as long as she didn't know where it was, because in the bag I don't think she could tell where it was.
Yeah.
And I was so fucking scared to pull it out. That's why I did the illusion. Because I figured if we walked in there with that thing out, we'd just get insta killed.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
So
All
wow.
right, guys. So next
Yeah, that was
week,
hell-
that's pretty cool. So next week, you guys are gonna
Ellen
go up.
back next week.
You're gonna have to fight your way into or find a way into the location of the Crimson Dance, and try your best to disrupt it to make sure that Mistress Ambrosia wins.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna need to run over the generals again
Mhm.
and assign roles. Deimos takes on his girlfriend. I take on the big fat guy, and then you two.
I've got to try to bring a friend. That's what I'm gonna try to do while we prep.
So, what you
gotta
know is
get-
that when they're engaged in the rite, right? These barons will not want to break away from the ritual. They will do everything in their power to not have to break away, because if they do, it ends their participation in the ritual and ends their chances to gain the mask. So what's going to
So-
happen is that, as you guys, and we can go over this more next week. But as you guys, so this is the location of the rite. One baron goes in each corner of the star, right? And they will all be vying to establish supremacy over the others. If you're able to distract one of them, to break one of them away from the ritual, right? The others will actually be happy because you've increased their odds of success.
Because
So-
it's like a fight of will, right?
Yeah, amongst the barons. Okay.
Less people to fight with, the more happy they are.
Yep.
It's actually
But as
good
one-
for us
yeah.
because that means they won't all jump us if we knock one of them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, once we knock one of them out, we're gonna have to deal with them. Is the thing.
Yeah, but we should go from strongest to weakest.
Nah, because if we knock the strongest one out, then we have to fucking fight him. Because once he's out of the ritual, he'll be pissed and he'll fight
Yeah,
back.
but that means that if the strongest is there, then he'll give this chick more of a fight, and he might knock her out.
That's what you guys got to figure out.
just-
And there will be a
Another
way for you guys to gauge who's winning the ritual. I'll have it all set up next week.
There's also another option. We could also lend our will to her.
I'd rather just fight it.
Mm-hmm. All right,
I'd
Midas.
rather fight it than
Awesome
not.
as always. Thank you.
Cool.
Yes, it was.
Catch
it was
See
a
you
lot of
next
fun.
week.
All right, catch you guys next week. Thanks for
Yep.
playing.
You survives.
was.
Later, dude.